Welcome to Ideation Step 1, the moment where ideas start to come to light. In this step, we'll identify what interests you, brainstorm ideas with your AI co-creator, shortlist or discard them, and create your own ideas. Ideation is where your creative journey begins, so let's jump in. We're actually going to start today with criteria. You've probably heard the phrase, there are no bad ideas when brainstorming. Well, that's only half true. When you put together all of the possible interests, user communities, problems, and combinations of user communities and problems, the ideation solution space is infinite. So if the solution space is infinite and there are only a few great ideas, you could end up drowning in randomness. That's why we start with criteria. Criteria help us focus on ideas with real potential, the ones that can become great solutions. Criteria are tailored to your project type, and they come with weights that reflect their importance. You'll find these criteria and weights at the bottom of the page. Take a moment to check them out before diving into the fun part, brainstorming. We'll talk more about criteria and weights in steps 3 and 4. All right, let's head back to the top of the page and your interests. Enter what excites you or what your project is about. I recommend you try out the software as we go through it. You can use your interests or my example. Your AI co-creator will use your interests as context when generating ideas. Now, your AI co-creator will predict different ideas than mine. They're quirky that way, just like people. This leaves some room for you to be surprised by an idea, some room for serendipity. They also might not always tell the truth, so dig into any idea you don't know to be true. How do you write a good set of interests? Experimentation is key, but here are some tips. You can try something broad, like light source, or zoom in with something specific, like indoor LED light bulb. Early in the design process, you might not want to box yourself in too tightly. Want to spark some real innovation? Try overlapping fields like lighting, photography, or even lighting, photography, weddings. A lot of innovation comes from the overlap of different fields. Interests are generally nouns. They can be simple nouns like AI, or a complex noun like AI for idea brainstorming. But don't get too specific early on. We want to leave room for creativity. And if you change your interests a lot between predictions, it might confuse your AI co-creator. You can always start a new project if you want to brainstorm for a different interest. Once your interests are in, it's time to meet your user communities. These are groups of people connected by shared needs or interests. Think of them as the folks who might use or love your future design. But here's the catch. Everyone is not a user community. You can't make everyone happy, and great products don't even try. They focus on delighting a specific group of people. Click the Generate button to let your AI co-creator suggest some user communities based on your interests. Your AI co-creator reaches out into the solution space and puts the first few ideas into the user community offer list. Early on, these ideas are broad and diverse because we want to explore a wide range of possibilities. Expect a few surprises, and maybe even a suggestion you've never even heard of before. That's a big win. Now comes the decision making. Ideas can go into one of two places, the user community shortlist or the discard list. Drag and drop them where they belong. Shortlisted ideas might move forward in the process, while discarded ones are left behind. Use the criteria as your guide for which ideas are best. But don't be too quick to judge. Sometimes the quirkiest idea turns out to be a gem. There are a few more steps to narrow the ideas down, so now isn't the time to pick just one idea. You have great ideas too. Add your ideas into the mix by typing them into the input field. Hit enter and your idea joins the shortlist. User communities are usually written as plural nouns, so think in terms of groups like tech entrepreneurs or urban gardeners. This is a collaboration. Your AI co-creator is smart, but only you can bring your knowledge, experience, and creativity. Once you have some good user communities, it's time to tackle problems. For us, a problem is a specific challenge faced by a user community, and it needs to matter to enough people within that group. What counts as enough? Well, it depends on your project. Some user communities and problems only need a few customers to make a business, and some require a lot of customers to make a business. For a personal project, it could just be you. Click the Generate button in the Problem Offer section and your AI co-creator will build on everything you've done so far. Problems will appear, and just like before, you can sort them into the shortlist or discard. Feel free to add your own problems too. Problems are typically written as concise verbs like struggle with market trend analysis. If you say any user community and then any problem and it makes sense, you're on the right track. For example, home baristas encounter limited brewing space. At this point, you might go back and forth between user communities and problems. This is an iterative process, and each round will bring up some interesting ideas. So, how much time should you spend on this? Creativity isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. You need focused time to stir up the ideas and calendar time to let them rise to the surface. Step away, grab a coffee, let your subconscious work its magic, and come back with fresh eyes. And there you have it, Ideation Step 1. You've brainstormed ideas, screened them, collaborated with your AI co-creator, and laid the groundwork for a fantastic project. The next step, Ideation Step 2, will help you refine and evaluate your ideas further. Thanks for joining me on this creative adventure, and I'll see you in the next video.